How have things been?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay. Welcome back. This is Become a Batman podcast where we look through Batman's history all the way from the beginning. I'm Tom, you know me. Mike is out on vacation, so we're not going to bother him this week. Instead, I got my good friend Ryan to guest host with me. Say hi, Ryan.
Hello.
All right. So, what should we talk about? Nothing?
Batman.
Batman? You want to talk about Batman? Come all the way here to talk about Batman.
Look, I'm doing this as a favor. I don't really want to talk about Batman.
Yes, we're here to talk about Batman. We have two stories this week, as normal. Batman number 5, The Riddle of the Missing Card, and Detective Comics 53, Viola Vane. I don't know if it's supposed to be Viola or Voila. What do you think?
I read it as Viola. So
Viola?
neither of them.
Yeah. Viola sounds like a female name, so. Okay, so. What do you think about these issues, by the way, before we start?
They were pretty neat. I haven't read a lot of old Batman before.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see like the origins, a lot of stuff that's changed. Like he throws things in glass vials.
He does.
Then he doesn't really do that anymore. Now he has little special canisters.
Yeah, he loves the glass vials. In the first few issues, he really liked to choke people, and then he used the glass vials to they basically they were with choking gas.
Sure.
So he would choke people either way. Yeah,
chemically or physically.
both.
I like it.
Let's get into the synopsis for Batman number 5. All right, so this issue is called the story is called The Riddle of the Missing Card. Art is by Bob Kane, Jerry Robinson, and George Russos. It's written by Bill Finger, and this is the issue for March 1941. Now I don't know about if you know how this works, but basically, I don't know when they stopped it, but basically the Batman mainline comic, it was like a quarterly comic for a while, so they were extra thick. They had a bunch of stories in it, and then but Detective Comics was a monthly, but only had one issue, one Batman story, and then had a bunch of backup features for a while.
So quarterly, so 4 in each.
Yeah,
4 in each issue, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So eventually, we're gonna get to a point where they stop doing that, and we just have one issue of Batman. But this is episode 20, and we're only on Batman number 5. So, but that's why. And the first year, didn't even have a mainline Batman, so it was just Detective Comics. All right, let's begin with the synopsis. Oh, and if you want, if you just have something to say or interject, just say it while I'm reading the synopsis.
Sure.
Totally fine. All right. Bruce Wayne is reading the newspaper. Dick Grayson is pretty bored. There hasn't been much to do since their last encounter with the Joker. Did the Joker really die? Of course not. When he fell down in that bottomless pit, he fell into a river. A boat happened to be going by, and it was filled with a group of criminals, and they noticed the Joker was calling for help, and they rescued him. So they get acquainted with each other, and they figure out that Joker could help them out. The gang is made up of a beauty named Queenie, a guy named Diamond Jack Deegan, and a oaf named Big Lub Clubsy. And Clubsy was he also? I think he went by King Clubsy. Yeah, King Clubsy or something like that. So Joker decides that they need to get a gambling ship, and they hold it 3 miles out to sea, so the law cannot get to them. And this will attract rich people, and Queenie will get them drunk, and then get information from them, and then the Queenie will get them drunk, and then Jack will get information from them regarding their jewels and valuables, and they'll rob them later.
I just gotta say, 3 miles is really far. You probably wouldn't be able to see it from shore.
Probably not, but I mean, I'm sure the word would have spread around, only around the rich people. So that's
sort of international waters, except not.
Exactly. So they decide to call the ship the Deck. And yeah, within 2 months, though, it does become front page news. So word spread.
I guess it's not that it's legal there. It's just that it's so far away that the law is not going to get there before they leave.
Exactly. So Bruce Wayne, he's shaving at home when Dick comes by, and he surprises him with his news of a gambling ship. And this distracts Bruce, and he like nicks his face, gets a good old like a big cut. So Bruce decides, he needs to pay a visit to this gambling ship, check it out, what's going on. So he gets there and he meets Queenie, and they start dancing together. And Queenie is very smitten, and she's also very sharp. And she's got a feeling that Bruce's like bored playboy demeanor is like an act. And then sometime after the dance, Bruce goes outside on the deck of the deck. The deck
yeah.
of the deck. He goes for a smoke, and he overhears Queenie with like a group of other guys that he doesn't know, and he hears them talking about targeting someone's jewels. So Bruce gets their attention, but he's knocked in the head by Clubsy, and he's thrown in the ocean. And the old guy in the group, he turns out to be the Joker, and he pulls out a gun and he starts just laughing his ass off while he's shooting Bruce in the water. So Bruce he appears to drown, and then Joker just keeps laughing. He's happy just for murdering somebody. Bruce is merely pretending to get hit by bullets and drown. So he swims to land and he suits up and he gets Robin, and they drive the Batmobile to the port. The gambling ship has reached land, and the Joker and his gang are about to leave to rob somebody when Batman and Robin start fighting the gang, and Joker makes a getaway. So Batman chases Joker's car in the Batmobile when Joker makes a sharp turn around a cliff, and Batman careens off of it. And Joker, thinking that he's finally beaten the Batman, he gets out of the car and he's just laughing his ass off at just what he's done. Is Batman dead? Did you think Batman would die?
I thought this time was it, honestly.
Well, it didn't happen. Batman jumped out just in time and he caught a tree branch. So he was safe. So meanwhile, the gang captured Robin, and they're on the boat, and he announces that Joker comes back, and he announces that Batman's dead. So Diamond Jack, he says that they check Robin for weapons, and they find a wireless communicator in his belt. And Joker decides to check out the device just to confirm if Batman really is dead or not. And lo and behold, Batman is alive. He answers the phone. I don't know if you saw it before, but when they introduced these communicators, it is placed on the belt, but on the belt buckle, right? And the receivers didn't like pull out and have a wire. So it's Batman and Robin like looking down and talking into their crotches. Yeah, we called it the crotch phone. It was really funny.
I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, Joker calls Batman, and Batman picks up. And Joker tells them that, hey, you know what? You want to rescue Robin? Come to the boat. So Batman, he obliges, and he goes to the boat, and he finds the gang sitting at a table, and they're playing cards. Joker tells Batman that they're going to play a game of high-stakes poker. These are the highest stakes. Robin's life. So this is when Queenie notices that there's a peculiar nick on Batman's chin. It's the same one that Bruce Wayne had. So Joker wins the card game. He cheated, like naturally, right? Of course, he cheated, like at the poker game. Batman throws the cards at Joker's face, and then he kicks the table over. Jack and Club, they start fighting Batman when Joker sets the room on fire and locks the steel door in on them, running off with the jewels. Queenie realizes that they just got double crossed, and she tries to tell everyone, but they're too busy to trying to kill Batman. Unable to convince them, Queenie pulls out a gun and he shoots she shoots Jack. Batman asks her why she helped him when suddenly she slumps over in his arms and she's shot by Jack. Did I fuck that up?
You said that Queenie shot Jack.
Okay, yeah.
I believe Jack shot Queenie.
All right. She reveals that she knew who Bruce Wayne was, and he gives him a kiss before dying in his arms. Batman and Robin blast the door open and find Joker escaping on a speedboat. He's heading towards a lighthouse. The dynamic duo jump into another speedboat, and they go after him. Joker breaks into the lighthouse, killing the innocent lighthouse keeper on his way up to the top. Batman chases after them. Joker and Batman, they have a dramatic fight on top of the lighthouse when Batman nearly falls off, and then Robin surprises Joker. Joker rushes towards Robin, and Robin gives him the old flipperoonie and tosses him right off the lighthouse and into the ocean. Batman laments that Joker might have stacked the deck, but he was missing one card. He had the King of Clubs, he had the Jack of Diamonds, the Black Queen of Spades, and the Joker, but he was missing the heart of the girl he killed. Is the Joker really dead? Who's to say? The end.
I've certainly never heard of the Joker before this, so he's probably dead.
Yeah. So, okay, what did you think about this one?
I thought it was good. It started off a little slow, a little hokey, but like, of course,
Yeah.
it's just the era of comics. But it was good. The little continuity they had with the shaving.
Yeah, that was a nice little touch.
It was a quick resolve. I like that everybody just gets thrown in the ocean.
Yeah, especially this is like I don't know how many times Joker has just fallen into water at this point. Like in the last one, he ended up falling in water in his own mansion. Like they had a bottomless pit that he was trying to throw Batman into. So that's why he ended up here.
He had an actual bottomless pit?
Well, it fell into a river of some sort. Yeah,
enough.
That's where we find Joker. Yeah, I really like this one. It's got a fantastic story. Joker is hilarious in it. Just love the idea of him just shooting a guy who's already drowning in water.
Yeah.
It's funny. Queenie though, what a poor woman. She figured out who Batman's secret identity was, and for that she had to die.
Yeah, well, and once she realized it was she had to go.
It's game over, you know. Yep. Okay, so let's get into the panels. All right, so I picked this first one. I really liked it. It's the panel where after Queenie and the rest of the deck, they save Joker from the water, and they're at their like lair or whatever it is, and Joker they put like a blanket or a towel over Joker, and
like
he's
a
just
trauma.
it's a trauma blanket. Yeah. He's just having like a cup of tea or coffee, and he looks so comfy. I love how comfy the Joker looks. I wish there was like a more like detailed photo of this. The next one I chose is the one where Joker dressed as the old man. He's standing at the rail on the deck, and he's shooting at Bruce Wayne in the water. So funny. He put a silencer on his gun so that like the people inside wouldn't hear it, but he's just still like making a fuss, laughing his ass off. So funny. The next one is when Joker and Batman, they're sitting at the table playing cards. And I almost wish this didn't have any dialogue, because just the thought of Batman and Joker just sitting there playing cards, and Batman's got the most serious grin on his face in the first panel when he's holding the deck, and the Joker's, just smiling. He's showing Batman the Joker card while holding a gun to him the whole time.
Yeah.
It's got to have been a very tense game.
And a little like the tiniest bit of a smile on Batman as he slaps him in the face.
He like throws the deck in his cards. It kind of does look like he could have possibly slapped him in the face.
Enough to get the gun out of the way.
Yeah, Joker, like he missed the shot. Batman just like, fuck you. Like he's a sore loser, really. But he wasn't gonna win that one no matter what he did. After that, I chose another one where I could have done like the whole page here, but it's the one of the lighthouse. I really like the way Joker and Batman, they're on top of the lighthouse. Batman is hanging on to his dear life, and Joker's like about to like basically kick him down. It's very reminiscent of the '89 Batman movie. When was the last time you saw that?
I have never seen it.
You've never seen the '89 the Michael Keaton one?
Never.
Holy crap! I know we've seen Batman Returns.
Yeah, we saw that. I think I've seen like every one besides that one.
Holy crap!
And then like the new one. I
Wow.
didn't see that either.
Oh yeah, the new one just came out, so can't blame you too much for that one. But dang, yeah, you gotta watch that. I got the 4K version, so we'll have to watch that soon.
Absolutely.
All right, so looks like the next couple are ones you chose.
Yeah, and just to comment on the art, like I really like the direction they went with the Batmobile, just the face on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like how it used to have a face, but also covered in shadow because it's Batman. Just thematically, it just looks really nice.
Yeah, I think this might be the first time they drew the Batmobile like this, because last time it was just a car. Like in his first appearance, Batman just drove like a car. It was a red car. And then gradually they came to this idea that he should drive a special car, the Batmobile.
Yeah. And this one I like just because of his reaction. Like, Queenie's dying in his arms. I loved you all the time. The afternoon I knew you. Please kiss me before it's too late. And then just in his head, she knew I was Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He's got his priorities.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on this issue?
Yeah. Like I said, I thought it was really interesting. Like the Joker actually wearing a disguise as like a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like that Robin is like very suicidally reckless. In these early issues, just jumping across a lighthouse, kicking somebody, flipping them off the lighthouse.
He probably would have done the same too.
I mean, very acrobatic, obviously.
Yeah. This era Robin really fun. He was like awesome from the get go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read like his first intro issue, but he kills like 4 or 5 gangsters on a skyscraper that they're building.
Mm-hmm.
Like just yeets them right off. Well, like it's not even a big deal.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna get into the next issue. Be there with us. I should have like done this a little earlier. Holy cats, we are back. Okay, so that was Batman number 5. We're going to get right into this week's issue of Detective Comics, number 53, Viola, whichever you want to prefer. Viola Vane. Art by Bob Kane, Jerry Robinson, and George Russos. Written by Bill Finger. This issue is from July 1941. Let's get on with the synopsis. Bruce Wayne is having a rich guy chat with a friend of his named Jim Daly. They're talking about the very nature of Gotham City. Jim feels that it's a heartless place. Bruce wishes to convince him otherwise. That night, Bruce is on patrol at the docks when he sees a young woman jump off the pier and into the ocean. Batman dives in and he rescues her. When she recovers, he asks her why she would throw her life away like that. She says her name is Viola Vane and she moved to Gotham City to become a big actress. That's and the best that she's been able to accomplish is an understudy at a play. But she's told her parents that she's a big star, and her parents wrote her back saying that they're going to Gotham in a few days to see her act, which will reveal to them that she's been lying. So Batman comes up with a plan to help her out. Batman goes to a nightclub, and he gets on stage, and he asks for everyone's help. He explains Viola's situation, and they all agreed to help the girl out. Batman tells the nightclub owner that Viola would need a handsome, wealthy, and good-natured escort to play along with the plan. And the owner says that he knows just the right guy. His name? Bruce Wayne. Batman reluctantly agrees, tells him that he'll find Bruce and he'll ask him. So Batman then goes to the radio network and he tells them about his plan. He asks them not to mention anything about the girl in the news so that her parents won't get spoiled in on the plan. They agree, and after that, he goes to the newspapers. The first one he visits agrees. The second one he goes to, the Daily Star, They disagree. Someone at the Daily Star pulls a gun on Batman and he slaps it out of his hand and he hangs him on a coat rack. He threatens to expose the newspaper man's yellow journalism unless he agrees, which works. By the way, the Daily Star, in this era, that's the newspaper that Superman works at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking this might be maybe like the Gotham branch.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, before basically Earth 2 Superman, he worked at the Daily Star, not the Daily Planet.
Gotcha. Okay.
No.
I do like that he just pulls a gun on Batman
Yeah.
when he asks him to do him a favor.
It's pretty ballsy. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he did go to Metropolis for this one because the guy would like know about Batman if he like was in Gotham.
Right. It could be, where her parents live or something. Who knows?
Maybe. So, let's see. All right. So Bruce Wayne, he visits Viola Vane and he tells her that Batman personally asked him to escort her to the play. So first, Bruce takes her to a beauty parlor where he gets her dolled up, and then he treats her to a bunch of fancy new clothes, and he rents out like this, like kind of like a penthouse, like a penthouse suite. And he tells her that Batman's been going around town telling everyone about Vane and her situation, and they're all happy to help. She's so happy that she starts crying. The next day, Viola's parents arrive, and Bruce gives them a tour of Gotham City. They go to a nightclub, and they give her a quick spotlight. They go to the nightclub, and the nightclub gives a quick spotlight to Viola and her parents. They go back to the penthouse, and Bruce suits up as Batman. So this whole time, he had Robin guarding these furs and jewels that he lent to Viola. And it's at this moment that a group of thugs, they get the upper hand on Robin and they try to steal the jewels. Batman finds Robin recovering, and Viola is like, Batman finds Robin recovering from a head wound, and Viola tied up and gagged. Miraculously, Viola's parents were in the next room and they had no idea what was going on. They didn't hear a peep. So Batman and Robin, they go after the thieves, and they find them at a bar and they beat the hell out of them. They won't say where they hid the jewels, but some random guy at the bar tells them that he overheard where they stashed them. So Batman and Robin go off to these rundown tenements. They fight their way in, but the main gangster guy, he's driving off. So Robin jumps out of the window and jumps right into the car, and the car careens into the ocean, and Robin swims him and the guy to safety. So Batman tells Viola that he's recovered the stolen materials, and but they forgot the most important part of the play. But they must have forgot like the most important part of the plan. So Viola's still only the understudy of this play. So Batman asks the star if she could sit out and let the understudy fill in, and she's cool with it. She says she's leaving for Hollywood anyway. So the next night, Bruce picks up Viola and the family, and Viola has a magnificent performance, and the show producer guy is so impressed that he decides to make her the permanent star of the show. Viola's parents are so happy at the success that their daughter has become. Later on, Jim Daly and Bruce Wayne are having a rich guy chat when Jim tells Bruce that he thinks Gotham City has a heart after all. The end.
I like the lead actress is just like, yeah, I don't really care. I'm getting out of this dump anyway.
Yeah, this is my last performance
I'm
here.
leaving tomorrow. It's my last day. I quit.
Yeah, basically. She's like, I didn't want to do this anyway. This show sucks.
This is a favor.
I'm getting paid the same anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this issue. This was a nice like change of pace. Usually they're always like either fighting villains or gangsters. I mean, there's a little bit of a gangster, but like the story doesn't revolve around that. It's almost thrown in there just to like fill in like time. This is a very different issue. And I like that in this one, like this, it's very much leading up to like the Adam West style of Batman, where Batman's just like a community public figure.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like up until this point, like when this comic started, usually when the cops see Batman, they like start shooting, they're trying to arrest him, and it's still like that. Like, but even like in a couple issues ago, like there's one cop who like he's a big Batman fan, and he knows like, oh crap, well I can't just let people think I let Batman get away. And he like asks Batman to like punch him in the face and knock him out. So Batman's like, he's like, all right, cool. So he does that, and like his cop buddies like show up, and they're like, we know what happened because he's got like a smile on his face. He's like passed out. But in this one, he's just like a public figure. He like goes into this nightclub, and they're like, oh hell yeah, it's Batman.
People love him.
Yeah, like they give him
Like
center
a
stage.
minor celebrity or something.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And they're just like, yeah, Batman will do anything you say.
Yeah. Yes, Batman will help this young woman lie to her parents in the most elaborate way possible.
Right? Yeah, we'll censor the airwaves. I mean, no one was gonna make a story about her anyway, but sure, we won't talk about her. Yeah. Um, and another thing is like, weirdly enough, even though like the issues we're talking about, like the Batman the Detective Comics, um, they're kind of out of sync right now. 'Cause, like we did like this is the spring issue of Batman, and then what would I say? This is like the July issue of Detective. So they're like published, a few months apart. But we've been like finding like a theme between the two of them, and this one is strangely heart. The theme of this one is heart.
Also, cars careening off of
Oh
cliffs.
yeah. Cars careening off cliffs and
People
heart.
getting thrown in water.
Yeah, and water. Yeah, a lot of themes in this one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one. I think I liked it a little more than the other ones. It's obviously it wasn't as full of action, but the comedy was there. It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You want to bring up the other thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, like at the end, the panel at the end. I think I talk about this later.
Mm-hmm.
But her parents are talking, and her dad calls his wife mother, just like Mike Pence.
Yeah,
that was really weird.
That is really
I
weird.
like almost didn't catch that.
Hello, mother. Yeah, that is just really weird. Yep. Okay, so I guess that's it. We're gonna go into the panels. So my first panel is this one where Batman he's rescued Viola from the water, and he's climbing up the ladder. And it's a big vertical panel. There's no dialogue. I actually really like it. It's very moody, and is composed very nicely. I don't know. It's a good panel. After that one, it's the one where the nightclub owner he's asking. He's saying, "Hey, this guy Bruce Wayne, he'll help." And Batman is just looking at him. He's got a spotlight on him, and he's thinking, "Gulp, that's me." But like he's giving the guy like this fuck stare.
It's like a slack job, like ooh.
Yeah, like shit.
It's confusing.
Yeah, but it doesn't end up really being like hard for him to figure out in the story how to do it. The next panel I chose, this is where it kind of proves that like Batman's become a public figure, but it's just funnier to think that Batman's just like some guy.
Yeah.
This is where the Batman goes to the newspaper, and the first one's like, yeah, all right. Like the newspaper guy's like, any reporter that brings up a story about Viola Vane, kill it. And the guy like prints he's wearing that like betting man like outfit, I guess. I don't know what like the guy who like takes the bets. Yeah, bookie outfit. Yeah.
I do want to point out that I had also chosen this panel because when the first time I read it, I thought he said, if any reporter brings in the story about Viola Vane, kill him. I was like, well, that's a little weird, but okay.
Yeah, it's a little harsh.
Yeah, a little disappointed when I found out it didn't say that.
Yeah, but I just love the idea of Batman, this ridiculous guy who's supposed to be a dark brooding vigilante, just walking around, just doing things.
Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
Want to do me a solid? Do the Batman a favor.
Yeah, like I said, it's very much like how the Adam West show ends up being, just like a couple decades later. So this next one, I thought you'd find him amusing too.
I love him.
Yeah, it's the gangster guy, and he's very grinny. Like he's got this amazing grin. Like his teeth are almost like really kind of roundish. I know it's really
very large teeth.
Very large.
Very prominent.
Yeah. And he just looks so fucking happy. to be a gangster.
He's living his dream.
He is like he's hitting kids in the back of the head with his gun. He's just so goddamn happy. Yeah. Oh, I love his design. I had to just pick that like whole like little 3-panel thing.
That's really nice.
What-
So this is my favorite part of both stories. Just the dialogue between Batman and Robin. They're talking. Robin just informing about what happened. And Robin says, "I got a good look at the fellow who clouded me. Boy, did he have a mouthful of teeth." And so Batman says, "Oh, teeth, eh? Well, there's only one fellow who answers that description. Toothy hair."
Yeah.
This is so absurd.
Batman, the guy who hit me, he's got teeth.
Oh, he's got teeth?
I know just the guy.
That son of a bitch.
Toothy
Toothy hair.
Toothy hair. Oh, that would make a great screen name.
That would. It almost seems like it's a pun, but it's not.
Yeah.
And then just the face, Toothy's face here at the end, where Robin's just boasting about knocking out some of his teeth.
Yeah.
It's ruining his image. That's all he has.
Yeah, that's true. He's not even a successful gang. Like Batman knows who he is,
Yeah.
but he's just so low on his priority that Batman doesn't like do anything about him until now.
Yeah, Robin, you can handle this one.
Yeah.
Knock his teeth out. We
Yeah.
gotta call him toothless.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love this issue. This is probably one of my favorite issues so far.
I really think Toothy should come back. And
Yeah. Whenever we're like reading these and we like find out new characters that we've never heard of before,
Mhm.
like I'm always imagining new ways of bringing them in. So I have to think of something for Toothy. I love Toothy.
I mean, he's like a one-note joke, but like it's a great joke.
It is a great joke to go on. Like, hey Toothy, we got a job for you. It needs your teeth.
Look at me, boss. I got new teeth. Even bigger.
Yes. All right. Well, looks like it's going to wrap up this week's episode. Next week, we're going to do the second story in Batman #5, The Book of Enchantment. And then Detective Comics #54, Hook Morgan and his Harbor Pirates.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
Would you believe that this isn't even the first time that Batman and Robin fought pirates so far?
Yes, I absolutely would believe that.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This has Become a Bat.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Thank you for joining us, Ryan. All right. We'll see you next week.